Hi, I'm Ruth Brandel, and about 10 years ago, the Providence Public Library wanted to close down a lot of the branches, and the Providence Community Library was formed. The Providence Community Library is for the whole city. And as a council person, how could you help this library, the whole Providence Community Library system, get enough money so that it can be on a par with the Cranston, Warwick, and other public libraries from which I borrow books magnificently because our library can't afford to buy them?
All right, we'll start with Dan.
I think it's a very valid concern. When I grew up in this ward, I spent my Saturdays at the Rochambeau Library when it was part of the actual Providence Public Library system. I remember going downtown when we had the opportunity to go to the main library, which was an absolute treasure, and just a day of fascination to spend with my brothers and my mother, who was an educator. It is sinful that we are not putting money into these receptacles of knowledge and these wonderful places for children to grow and for adults to grow, and as resources for adults to use. I'm not sure where in the city budget at this point, without getting into actually being down there and working with the council, where the small amount of money that would be needed to squeeze out of a $750 million budget can be derived in order to bolster this very important resource to the city.
Here.
We do need to invest in our libraries because literacy is an issue that impacts some of the most vulnerable neighborhoods in our community. I remember taking trips to the main library downtown. I grew up going to the Washington Park Community Library. Some of the individual libraries like Rochambeau, they have Friends of Rochambeau Library and they do raise funds. But you're absolutely right, we do need to figure out how to raise more money to support our libraries because it does benefit the community. The libraries serve as a place where people can access the internet, technology. Students go there to do their schoolwork, there are tutors. My brother teaches chess at the Washington Park Community Library. So we would have to engage with our community members to come up with ideas, and also our city officials to come up with ideas in trying to figure out how can we also work with us state legislators to get more funding to support our community library.
David?
I do believe that we do need to invest more money or find ways to invest into the libraries. I remember using them when I was younger in high school and at middle school and going there, renting out certain books, the ones that had the series, and I had a great time with my mother there. It would be nice if we can get the community businesses to actually step up and actually want to donate books and provide funding to these libraries. And then we can have them, not as a sponsor, but something that they can say we did and we're providing support to our community libraries and all host events at the libraries. But we do need to find the money, like Dan said, because we don't have a lot of it in city council in budget. But hopefully there's something we can work on, finding ways to find money.
And Mark.
As a citizen and as a teacher of history as well, and public libraries period, school libraries too, are absolutely essential. And I think that they've been devalued and downgraded within the public school system as well, the libraries within our schools, but the public libraries as well. Public libraries are often, other than schools, the only true public community institution in an urban neighborhood. I have met countless people over the course of my life for whom the library was an oasis and a rung on the ladder of opportunity. I think it's absolutely essential that we find resources for our public and community libraries, whether it's at the city level, the state level, in the corporate world, or right among us ourselves for our own